Hi. Thanks for watching again. This is day 2 of the Advent calendar, and today I want to talk about habits. There's a very simple principle I sometimes think about, and it's this: if you can change people's habits, you can change the world. Here's why I think this. Whether you like it or not, as a human being, you have a lot of unconscious, automatic habits and behaviors. This is the way the brain works. The brain likes to conserve energy and resources. So there's a lot of stuff that's just programmed up there. And what this is actually is a good thing for conserving resources and energy. Sometimes you might see someone who's got some really great habits, like getting up really early in the morning, exercising, or even just the way they're working away, etc. And this might look hard to you, but actually for them, if they've made this into an automatic behavior, into a habit, then actually it's not that hard for them. So you can take almost anything, and if you can establish it as a habit, as part of that 95% of behaviors and decisions that your brain is doing just automatically and unconsciously, then wow, things are going to work for you. So I'm sharing about habits today because I know that this is going to be important for many of the advice and tips I'm going to give later, because if you can make some of these things into habits, train yourself, then it will make a big difference for you. So here's 2 quick tips I want to give about habits. 1, try not to take on too many new habits and challenges at the same time. Just pick 1 or 2 things and say, okay, this is what I'm going to focus on the next 2 or 3 months, or however long it takes, until you can establish it as a habit. Then secondly, always try to start small, in the sense of, don't try say, okay, I'm going to go run 10 kilometers, or I'm going to work for half an hour, I'm going to do this, I'll do that. Just wait. Just try to just start small. There's this book I read by James Clear called Atomic Habits. I recommend it greatly. It's one of the best books I've read about habits. And he says, just start with 2 minutes. Just find a habit, even just exercising. Start with 2 minutes of exercise. And when you really establish the habit, you can begin to increase it. But just make it a normal thing, because of the way habits work. And I don't have time to talk too much about habits right now. And I probably will say a little bit more about habits later on in this series. But just start small and start with just a couple of minutes. And then just make sure you're doing only 1 or 2 new habits at a time. Don't try and take on too much at a time. So, if you want to learn more about habits, like I said, James Clear, Atomic Habits, and it's a great book. There's also some great articles out there. And remember, if you can change people's habits, you can change the world. If you can change your own habits, actually, there's very little limitation to what you can achieve with some of the goals you set for yourself. Thanks for watching again. See you next time.